Wow. This is so good, you guys. Hey there, and let's make some pilau again. So last year at a time like this, we made some pilau. And most of you liked it, so I thought, why not do another version of how to cook authentic pilau. So last year, this is what I had to say about the pilau. First things first, soy sauce the ingredient ya kupika pilau. And this year, this is what I have to say about cooking pilau. There's someone I met na akaniambia that my pilau is not authentic simply because haijawekwa hoho. And this person told me that they were taught that in school while making Swahili pilau, you must include hoho and dania. So this is what I have to say. First things first, soy sauce is not an ingredient of cooking pilau. And second of all, authentic Swahili pilau does not have capsicum and it doesn't have dania. So without further ado, let's get started. So these are the ingredients that I'm going to be using for today, and I'm going to keep it quite simple. So with me here, I have one extra huge onion. This is my pilau seasoning. I have some garlic, some ginger, my cooking oil, 1 glass of rice, and this can serve 3. This is about 1 1/3, the standard measuring cup, some salt, and my pre-boiled beef. So let's talk about the onions. And the secret to having very brown pilau that is very tasty comes from the onion. You do not need soy sauce for this. You can also notice that I do not have tomatoes and I do not have tomato paste. So you can either decide to use tomatoes or tomato paste or both of them, or you can also decide to do without. So I'm going to start by adding a generous amount of cooking oil. Not too much, but at the same time not too little. So I'm going to let this heat for about a minute till it becomes extremely hot, and then I'm going to add in my onions. So this is how I test if my oil is hot enough, by simply dipping your mwiko inside the oil. Now ukiona some bubbles, know that your oil is hot, and it's now time to fry our onions. And we are going to cook these onions till they become golden brown, and this is going to take about 10 to 15 minutes thereabouts. And you have to keep an eye on them so that they do not burn. So it's about 8 minutes, and you can see that some of the onions are becoming the color that we want. And so at this point you have to be extra careful, because it takes a blink of an eye for them to turn from the beautiful color to black. So we do not want to burn our onions, and so from this point I'll be extra keen. So as you can see, they are almost there, and at this point I want to prepare my ginger, and it's at this point that I'm going to add my ginger. Then I'm also going to go in with my garlic, and the reason as to why I've added the ginger before is because garlic tends to burn a little bit faster than the garlic. And the smell in here it's turning out to be great. So I'll continue stirring this as I wait for my onions to fully become golden brown. So we are 10 minutes into the cooking of the onions, and now as you can see, the color is now what we are going for. So at this point I'm going to go in with my beef. So I'm going to cover this and let it cook for about a minute. Then I'll come in with my pilau seasoning. So this is the seasoning that I'm going to be using for today, and that's about a 3/4 teaspoon. It's not a full teaspoon. I mean a tablespoon, 3/4 tablespoon. So the secret of getting a great pilau also depends on the type of pilau masala that you're going to be using. There are some that are very potent than the others, so make sure you choose the best quality from the store. And by now I can smell it. The kitchen is smelling so well. Whoa. So I'm going to toast this for about 30 seconds, and then I'm going to go in with my pre-washed rice. Oh, and before I forget, you need to add some salt. So as you can already see, the color is turning out great as well. So I'm going to add in my rice at this point. And I've also demonstrated on how I cook rice ndivyo iweze kuachana moja moja. And this is one of the ways. So lazima hapa you stir until the spices blend in. So I'm going to toast this for about a minute or so. And as you can see, our pilau already has the color that we want. So I'm also going to add in my water. Remember, I used this 1 glass of water, so I'm going to add 2 glasses of water because I measure my rice to water in the ratio of 1:2. So you can see that our water is already brown in color, and so we are going to eat this. This already looks delicious, and so I'm going to cook my rice till it is almost ready, but before the water fully dries out, I'm going to be back. So I think this will take about 10 to 12 minutes. So I'm going to be back, and yeah, so see you then. I'm also going to reduce my heat because this entire time I've been cooking this on very high heat because I wanted the onions to cook a little bit faster. But now, since we are almost there, I'm going to cook this on medium high heat. And now this is like 10 minutes later, and you can see that it's doing quite okay. So at this point, because I'm using this flame and sipendi saa zingine venye inapikanga mchele, so I'm going to cover this. You can cover this with a foil. As you can see right here, I have a foil, but today si lazima ufunikie nayo, so I'm going to cover this with just this lid, and then I'm going to pop it in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then it's going to be ready to serve. But you can also let it ivie hapa kwa gas. There is no problem, it's absolutely okay, but that's how I prefer to cook my rice nowadays. So I'll see in like 10-15 minutes. Whoa, so my rice is ready, and I've already seen how it looks, and it looks amazing. But let me act like I haven't seen it, and let me get surprised once more. Whoa, look at this. This looks so good. Whoa, look at this. Look at this. Whoa, this looks so yummy, and I can't wait to have a test. Some kachumbari at the side. Don't you love this? So as you've seen, it was that easy making this delicious pilau, and let's dig in. So let's taste the fruits of our work. No, what do they say? The fruits of the labor of our whatever they say. So let's dig in. Oh my goodness, who made this? Who made this delicacy? This is so amazing. And also the kachumbari is chilled, so it's cold, so inaingiana vizuri sana na the hotness and the coldness. It's such a beautiful combination. I want to know who made this. Who made this? Wow. And then there's the correct balance of meat and rice. The meat is not overwhelming the rice, so this is so freaking good. Na kafirifiri kwa mbali in this. Wow. This is so good, you guys. Just try out this recipe, and mmejionea hakuna soy sauce, it's just the magic of the onions. And the goodness about it is you cannot notice even the onions as you eat. Ni ile tu unaona tu moja moja like this, like, but you have to make sure that your onions do not burn, otherwise you're going to be making your own recipe. And do not tag me if your onions get burnt, because I already showed you how to do this recipe. So wow, I'm in love with this. Whoa. Hi. It must be nice being me at this time, right? Ha. I mean, you guys, just try out this recipe. This is the bombRecipe.com. So that's it, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't. Also, leave a comment and let me know if you're going to try it, if you've already tried this. And also let me know which one you prefer between the one with tomatoes and the one without tomatoes. Personally, I prefer this, though the other one with tomato paste, it tends to have a slightly deeper color than this, but this is also okay. It's very brown, it's very okay, and very delicious too. So I'll see you in my next one. Bye.